Here's to whiskey kisses, the peaty taste of sin. Edinburgh morning with the smell of brewing on the wind. Here's to lighting bonfires as you watch the seasons turn.
It's whiskey time. Yes. Greetings, whiskey folk. Welcome back to Drinking Out Loud, and holy crap, welcome back, Brett.
It is so good to be back. It is so good to be back. It's whiskey time. It's whiskey time, and I'm here.
I've been having whiskey time a lot recently. It's been a while for you.
Oh,
on camera at least.
On camera, at least.
Yeah, I think you've had a few drams since the last time.
Yeah, I rationed myself well, obviously.
So It's been a tough few months. We have been bearing the brunt of a pandemic, but the light is at the end of the tunnel, and I'm going to be the first to mention right now that we're going to be meeting again in person soon. We're not quite there yet, but please keep an eye on your emails, local members. We will be having in-person meetings again soon, and if all goes to plan, we're actually going to start off not with an OutTurn, but we're going to test the waters a little bit, dip our toe in the water with a very special tasting with Brett here.
Yeah.
Because one thing that's changed slightly since the last time we saw you on video.
Just a little.
Brett's now in charge of beer in the store.
So how about we do a brew turn?
Right. So this is a slight twist on our... Sometimes we have a tasting called a U-turn, where we go back and revisit old releases from the SMWS. Mm-hmm. The brew turn is where we do exactly that, but we pair a beer with them as well. So we will be having a beer and SMWS pairing tasting in person in the near future, hopefully. That's
thrilled.
It's very exciting. In the meantime, however, of course, it's OutTurn time, and it is an honor to have an in-person guest. I've been loving doing these Zoom tastings we've been doing in collaboration with the Victoria Whiskey Festival, but there's something special about having someone here in person.
It's great.
Plus, I mean, as much as I love the fact that Zoom is allowing us to have these wonderful tastings with special guests from all the way over in Scotland, special shout out to Richard Urquhart, who did a fantastic job a couple of weeks ago with our Ben Romick tasting. Yeah. He'll be back soon with the Gordon MacPhail tasting, which is one not to miss too. But also, I do want to mention we have an extra special guest coming up later this month from Compass Box. We actually have Jill Boyd, whiskey maker at Compass Box. I've just recorded it. It's an amazing conversation. We do get a little distracted. It's a little on the long side, but hopefully it's as entertaining to watch as it was to record, because that was great fun.
Distracted? Talking about whiskey? No.
Right?
Not on this channel.
But as much as I love the Zoom tastings, it really does hamper the effect of the beautiful brand new camera setup we've got here. I think you're now seeing Brett officially for the first time in full HD.
It's not great, I know, but I'm working on it, okay? It's in progress. 35 years in the making so far, but we'll get there.
So today, of course, it is OutTurn time. We have the June OutTurn from the SMWS, the 116th SMWS Canada OutTurn, and today, of course, is the first Friday. It is time to release some new whiskies. But we're starting off, as has been tradition recently, with a repeat.
Oh, yeah.
And actually, a perfect repeat. We were just talking about the brew turn and the fact that you've been dabbling in the beer buying recently. What have we got up first, Brett?
Let's go for a wonderful classic we've had before. Society Cast number 8559. Ladies and gentlemen, returning Beer Pong.
Beer Pong.
Beer Pong.
Beer Pong. Which our now former employee, actually, Dave, was very excited when we got the beer pong in initially, because I believe he's a little bit of a beer pong enthusiast.
Yes, yeah.
I'm not sure if pong is talking about the actual game with the ping pong balls, or pong in British English, and I don't know if it translates over here, just means smell as well. Like, if something is pongy, it is smelly.
Oh, yeah, no.
The smell of beer would be the beer pong.
Huh.
Yeah. Anyway, here are the official tasting notes from the SMWS panel. Classic distillery character at first, with notes of lemon-scented floor wax, furniture polish, floral cleaning fluids, burlap sackcloth, dry biscuity notes, cereals, elderflowers, hayloft, fabric, dried apricots, throat lozenges, and orange oils. Water gives us fresh paint, putty, wool, sourdough bread, toasted seeds, geraniums, lavender, old inkwells, raw cactus, and chopped mixed herbs. Pause for the pop. Nice. To taste, it is initially full of mint julep, cedarwood cigar boxes, lamp oil, gentle earthiness, tangerine flowers, blackcurrant, heather, honey, ginger biscuits, and tea tree oil. After reduction, we get candy floss, treacle, sunflower oil, limestone, warm grist, 80 shilling ale, tiger balm, and lemon peel in Weiss beer with a wedge of polenta cake. So, yeah, more than one beer note in there, apparently. We've got Weiss beer and 80 shilling. Are you familiar with the concept of an 80 shilling?
Yes, I am.
Damn it, I thought I was going to school the beer guy on something. Damn it.
That's fair.
And thank you very, very much for the tiny dram, because, we both have a little bit of work to do left today.
It's still a little... I mean, this is the last thing I have to do today.
Really? You bastard.
Yeah, it's great.
And a special shout out, of course, to the Victoria Whisky Festival. These are the official 2021 Victoria Whisky Festival Glencairn glasses. There are still a few available to purchase at strathliquor.com for $10. All proceeds going to the monthly charity. This month, we haven't announced the new charity yet. If you were here for the Fégile tasting on Wednesday, we decided, because we didn't do too much last month in May, we're going to roll the early June tastings into last month's tasting. So we're going for the what was it now? It's the Saanich Lions food bank.
Yes.
So yeah. Any donations today will go to the food bank up in Saanich. Beautiful.
This just smells extra delicious. Oh my god,
Whoa. Glorious.
Doing that in person too.
Clink, always clink before you drink. That's the. Yeah, it does have a slightly
biscuity.
Yeah, biscuity. Biscuity is a great word for it. Like, have you ever had Ovaltine biscuits?
No.
Yeah, have you ever had Ovaltine?
Yes, I've had Ovaltine.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's something I recently discovered. Apparently, Ovaltine's not just a British thing; it's big in a lot of Asian markets as well.
Oh yeah.
I discovered Ovaltine biscuits in a 7-Eleven in Vancouver, and I was like, "Oh, I like Ovaltine. I like biscuits. I probably will enjoy an Ovaltine biscuit," and I did. This definitely gives the same kind of aroma as an Ovaltine biscuit.
Yeah, I get like a digestive kind of cookie cracker on it. Mm-hmm. It's very, very natural biscuit smell.
Totally. I've also realised this is the first time with the new camera setup that we actually have two people here and the microphone in shot and everything. I love that you just put the bottle next to the microphone. That looks very nice.
Yeah,
you've got a knack for this.
I mean, marketing kind of have to
right.
Make it look good.
I'm always very grateful for how good you make me look.
Oh, wait. Oh.
Oh dear. Oh, that's a wake up to the palate. All right. Well, let's give you the inside scoop of what this whiskey is, shall we? So we're looking at a Speyside whiskey to start off today. And, there's a bit of a Highland theme, actually, throughout the rest of this tasting. So we picked a couple of Speysides for the repeats, just to even the platform a little bit. It is from a refill hogshead. It was aged for 11 years. It was distilled on the 13th of December, 2007. This is one of 210 bottles and an outturn of 58 sorry, an OutTurn of 58, ABV of 58.3. I'm getting my words mixed up there.
It's a very rare bottle.
It's there's only 58.3 bottles. Don't ask where the 0.3 came from.
We just drank it. We just drank it. It's really pure.
58.3% alcohol. Stunning little repeat. And one that honestly I chose these repeats before we came up with the idea of doing a brew turn. If this doesn't sell out, this would be a good one to do a beer tasting with.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's definitely. I get where they're coming from with the beer on the palate.
Yeah, it definitely has that, like almost a wit beer note to it. Which
actually, the last time we did a brew turn, one of the most popular pairings. I can't remember what the whiskey was now. It was an SMWS, of course. But the beer that we put with it was a Hogarden, or I believe Hoogheden.
Yes.
Which was it went down very well and actually led to us actually putting it on draft in the clubhouse bar for a while.
That was a great draft beer.
That was good times. I hope it comes back one day.
Oh yeah, the size of those pints.
Oh, speaking of the clubhouse bar, for people who have fond memories of 1621, our whiskey bar initiative, hopefully that will be returning at some point soon. We're just basically waiting for the clubhouse bar to be open more often. Yep. Right now it's only open for like Fridays and Saturdays. So as soon as things get back into the regular swing of things, we'll be redoing that. Not sure if we will keep it as 1621. I've been playing with the idea of rebranding it as just the Drown Association
bar
whiskey list.
Yeah.
But I don't know. We'll see what happens. Whatever happens, we promise that we'll be giving you whiskies by the dram at a fantastic price point. Lovely. So, this is 85.59 is the bottling code. For those of you who have just stumbled upon this video randomly and are confused by that, welcome to the SMWS, by the way. For more information, please do visit smws.ca. The way the SMWS codes or labels their bottles, they don't tell you exactly where it's from, but they give you a bit of a code so you can kind of decipher a little bit. So 85.59 means that this is the 85th distillery that the Society has purchased a cask from, and this is the 59th cask that they have purchased.
Yep.
So, what is the 85th distillery? Well, we know it's a space cider, and as is the case with many space ciders, and as we're about to discover, not just space ciders, because I think we have 5 such whiskies today. This is a Glen something.
Glen something.
We have a few Glen somethings today. Yeah, and unfortunately, we don't get to do our usual pun of it's not Glenn Todd, who is a prominent member of the whiskey scene right here in Victoria.
Hi, Glenn.
Hey, Glenn. You're probably watching. Hopefully we'll be able to have that pun once again in person in a couple of months. Glen Elgin is a fabulous distillery, is a key component of the White Horse blend, which is not really a thing in Canada. Have you ever seen White Horse? It's quite popular in the UK. It's very popular in its sort of what you would call here a Mickey format, a half size. You have, in fact, there was a song by Richard Thompson that actually references it: "White horse in her hip pocket, and a wolfhound at her feet."
Oh, yeah, there you go. Yep.
Interesting distillery. They're one of those distilleries that likes to hold on to the way things used to be done. So much so that they didn't even have electricity until 1950.
Wow.
Prior to that, they were entirely paraffin run, which is bad.
Holdouts. Good for them.
Yeah.
Good for them.
Beautiful. So this is not a brand new release. This is already available on the website. You can go to strathliquor.com right now, and I very much advise those watching at the premiere of this video. Hi to the live chat, by the way. That if you want to keep track of these releases, the current repeats, and also the new releases that we're about to get into, head to strathliquor.com/SMWS. Oh, I like that. Gesticulation.
Yes, it's got to do it.
The master of gesticulating. So strathliquor.com/SNWS and keep hitting that refresh button when we announce a new whiskey and it'll pop up right there for you. This one should be there right now. It is a repeat, so there's... I don't even remember how many bottles. There's a handful of bottles left, not too many.
Yeah, not many.
And it can be yours for $158.17, which is a great price, and of course means that you have to be an existing member to purchase this one. This one is not eligible for the become a member for the first time deal with the bottle. So existing members only a couple of bottles remain. $158.17. Get it while you can. And if there's any left, maybe we'll see it again at the brew turn.
Oh.
Alrighty. Well, after when I start, let's see what our first new releases, shall we?
Perfect.
It's called Esoteric Gibberish, which is something that I often get accused of saying, but I think it's just other people's hearing isn't very good.
Indeed.
All right, so the official tasting notes. We found a superbly fresh nose, riddled with fresh fabrics, snapped twigs, linens, burlap cloth. Oh, it's burlap cloth again.
Yes.
Waxy honeycomb, sandalwood, mossy potting sheds. Further wee notes of licorice, dried tarragon, green mango, and tar were also recorded. With water, we found lemon cake, goat's cheese curds. Ooh, that'd be a nice twist on poutine, wouldn't it? Goat's cheese curds. Gooseberry crispness, varnished fences, sunflower seeds, and a warm printer toner. Pause for the pop.
Ooh, good one.
In the mouth, this one was full-bodied and nicely punchy. Lots of hot white pepper, pineapple cubes, orange jelly, lychee syrup, daisies, and chocolate biscuits. Yeah. Chocolate biscuits again. There's those digestives for you.
Perfect.
Reduction bought baking soda, rice spice, crushed aspirin.
Interesting.
I don't think I've ever taken note of what an aspirin tastes like. I usually just wash it down as quickly as possible. White tea chalky candy, which I'm assuming by chalky candy they probably mean those fake cigarettes that the
Popeyes
not allowed to sell anymore. Popeyes, yeah. And some green tannins. Green, like apple skins?
I'd assume so.
Yeah. Exciting. Always fun to try a new whiskey, and this is an interesting one as well. It's code 77.67.
Perfect.
So a distillery we haven't had too often here in Canada, especially as its official bottling form I don't believe is usually available here at all. Cool. Yeah, smells nice. I'm getting a lot of honey on the nose straight off the bat.
Let's see.
It is quite sweet.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
So,
let's see the stats on this one. It is a Highland whiskey. It is 11 years old, which okay. So a second 11-year-old in a row, or 11 years age, rather. This one was distilled, however, on the 12th of May, 2009, an outturn of 214 bottles and an ABV of 58.6. So, wow. 4 more bottles and 0.3% more ABV than the last one. That is consistent between the opening gram and the second gram.
Consistency. I mean, different distillery, but
completely.
Yeah.
And it smells quite different too. But I do enjoy that there are actually some similarities in the official notes here as well. The burlap sacks and the biscuits and burlaps.
I feel like I'm missing the mossy potting shed that they said in the notes.
I don't have room for a potting shed in my yard. It's too small. So
you have a yard. Oh,
yeah.
How lovely.
I know. You should come have a drink in it soon.
Yes.
I've just put some hanging baskets up. It looked quite nice.
Very nice. Yeah.
White pepper. Definitely getting the white pepper. Still a lot of honey though. Honey and white pepper.
Licorice for sure.
I'm starting to get the tropical kind of thing. They mentioned pineapple cubes. I'm getting. They mentioned lychee as well. I'm getting mango, more specifically, and ever so slightly smoky. Are you getting that at all?
A touch.
A very lightly smoked mango. Like very much like a wood smoke, not a peat smoke.
Yeah. That's lovely. Wow.
That is lovely. That's really lovely. That is spot on. That is damn good.
Have you never had an aspirin just get like caught and just can't swallow it the first time? It starts to dissolve a little bit.
No.
Oh, okay, that's
I'm sorry.
that. Like it is there. The crushed aspirin.
I'm more of a naproxen fan.
Oh, okay.
I'm an Aleve guy.
Yeah, great. Yeah, get the liquid gel and just bam.
Yeah, exactly. Perfect. Shoot it down with whiskey. No, don't do that.
Don't do that. But I'm not a doctor, so if a doctor tells you to do that, who am I to say in the way of that?
Fair. Good point. Well made. I should mention, of course, the artwork of today's outturn is quite exciting. It is telling us, or advising us at the very least, maybe telling, I think this might be in order.
It could be.
It's telling us to shake up our summer. And I don't know about you, Brett, but it feels like summer today. It's like 21 degrees outside.
24, I believe.
24.
24.
I'm very glad that we have air conditioning in this building.
I was down in the store today, and of course, wearing this polo, I didn't get a chance to wear the standard black one, so I put on the black cardigan instead.
You're basically management now. You don't have to wear that.
I'm not a manager. I don't manage anyone but myself. And man,
you are pretty hard to manage.
Yeah, they do not listen.
Beautiful. All right. Well, I actually before I was about to say what this was and release it and everything, but I just got an extra whiff of something very familiar on the nose, and it actually is on here: baking soda, right?
Yeah.
So I've been trying to drink more water recently, and a reminder: stay hydrated.
I thought you were going to say baking soda, and I was like, you shouldn't drink straight baking soda.
But baking soda is a great way to get rid of any funky tastes out of an old water bottle. Mm-hmm. So I've been trying to use my water bottle a lot more, and when you wash it, wash it out with soap, and then fill it with baking soda and water. Leave it overnight. Perfectly clean tasting.
I highly recommend adding just a drop of water to this.
Speaking of water, that is a very good point. I almost got my rhythm's all been thrown off. I've been adding water and then talking about the whiskey, but I've got another person here, so I'm all over the place.
Yeah, you don't have to talk all the time now.
Oh, I'll stop talking for a second. You're supposed to fill in the gap.
No.
Just enjoy silence.
Enjoy the silence, YouTube. Just enjoy it. It never happens on this channel. I'm kidding. It's fine. No, I'm kidding. You do a great job. A great job.
Thanks, Brett. All right. So, yeah. What are you getting with the water there?
So, for me, this really punched up that mango that you had. It was almost ephemeral, but now it's right up front.
So on the nose, the thing that jumps out here is something that they actually mention on the palate pre-water in the tasting notes: orange jelly.
Yeah. Yeah, like a marmalade or...
Yeah, exactly. Very nice. Well...
Oh, black licorice as well.
Let's get to the reveal on the release, shall we? 77.67. So 77 is it's a Glen. Believe it or not, it's a Glen. But it's no ordinary Glen.
Glen Todd.
It's Glen... No, it's Glen Ord.
Oh, yeah, very good. Very good.
Glen Ord we rarely see here in BC. It's one of the Singleton trilogy. So, the Singleton thing that Diageo put out, where it's cheating because it's one of the best-selling single malts, but it's actually 3 different distilleries.
Yeah, you got to add Dufton.
Yeah. And it's kind of the odd one out as well, because as you mentioned, Dufton is one of them, and Glendoolan's the other. And they're both Speyside. Not only are they both Speyside, they're actually both in the town of Dufton as well. So this is kind of the ugly duckling, the the odd one out of the trilogy.
I would not call this one ugly in any sense of the imagination.
In the story of the ugly duckling, it turned out to be a swan, and I think that's a beautiful analogy for this one. It might not match the other two, but it's beautiful in its own way.
Oh, that's lovely. That's perfect.
Oh, yeah. Lovely whiskey.
Yeah, that's amazing.
So, do you want to do the release? It's been a while.
Oh, I don't even know.
You want to press the big red button?
All right. Yeah, but it's hidden behind the couch now, right?
Oh, yeah, you just tap it with your foot.
Oh, yeah. All right, ready? Did we even say how much it was?
No, that's you do that when you release it. That's your job now for this one.
Oh, okay.
Responsibility, Brett.
I don't do well with that, but that's okay. Ladies and gentlemen, this beautiful, spicy and dry SMWS cast number 77.67, can be yours for the grand total of $166.87 at strathliquor.com. That is
glorious.
Oh, so good.
That is glorious. Yeah. Another 11-year-old, another great price. It's available right now. We have 11 to sell.
Go.
Go. The time is now. All right. We have a second repeat right now. As long-time members will be familiar with, we normally have 7 brand new releases, but over the summer we tone it down a little bit to help alleviate stocks of other whiskies that we've been stockpiling throughout the year, but also simply because theoretically whiskey doesn't sell as much in the summer, which honestly is something we haven't really seen ourselves in Victoria. Apparently we're a very thirsty whiskey bunch year round here.
I'm proud of you.
But it doesn't, but it does make sense in general that we tend to sell slightly less whiskey during the summer. And honestly, I think a lot of that is not to do so much with weather, but more to do with the fact that you're more likely to gift someone a good, expensive single malt in the winter months, right?
Very true, yeah. I agree. All right.
All right. Well, here we go. It is time for repeat number 2, and this is one that we released earlier this year in March, I believe. That sounds about right. This is 35.258, Stirs Your Soul. The first comments were wonderful. warm, embracing, and a sherry lover's dream. We were further captivated by the aromas of walnuts, dates, raisins, and tamarind, and when we took a sip, there might have been the slightest hint of struck match. What followed was a truly superbly nutty and bone-dry Amontillado sherry with walnut cake, leather, and even the slightest hint of smoke. Pause for the pop.
Excellent.
Diluted, we prepared a pork schnitzel with onions, bell peppers, and mushrooms. In a paprika spice sauce, we washed it down with a glass of Icelandic Bjork birch liqueur. Certainly for the more adventurous souls. Sounds adventurous. I'm ready for an adventure, Brett.
Lovely.
I don't think you've had this one before, have you?
I have not
No.
had this one before. One of the unfortunate things of not being able to be in the same room during an OutTurn is I have to watch on the internet.
Mm-hmm.
And obviously we know it's not a bad thing, but you certainly miss out on a little bit of that punch of actually trying the whiskey for the first time. And I noticed that there's another 11 on this bottle.
Yeah, this is a third 11-year-old in a row. I'm just going to check the next one. No, it's okay. The next one's not 11.
Yeah, perfect.
Third 11-year-old in a row. So this one is another Speyside, as I mentioned. Both repeats this month were Speyside. The exciting thing with this one, of course, though, look at it. It's a refill Oloroso punch. It mentioned sherry a lot in the tasting notes, and yeah, there's a decent amount of sherry in this one.
Because I haven't been, on the site for a while and seeing you people in a while, I love sherry finished whiskeys.
Well, this isn't even finished. This is the full maturation, right? 11 years of sherry.
Even better. And yeah, you get it right off the top too.
And a little hint of what's to come, but Brett's going to very much enjoy some of the later whiskies.
I might have, snuck a couple peeks. And,
they are right there.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Yeah, this is one of those whiskies where absolutely, if we did an in-person tasting, this would have flown off the shelves by now.
I 100% agree.
Just even on the nose, this is something that our local crowd here in Victoria would absolutely lap up in droves.
It's the dried fruit, like the raisins and kind of like I think they say dates as well.
Yeah, and tamarind.
Yeah, tamarind. Like it's all right up front. It's lovely.
I think one of the interesting things that I've noticed, whiskey trends in the last little while, is here in Victoria, and I've mentioned this on the video as well, but it's a good topic to bring up with a guest. I think I'm wondering if you're seeing the same thing. I think people are trending slightly more away from peat and getting more excited by sherry these days. I think the peat craze is subsiding slightly, and
there is definitely an evolution that a palate takes, and I'm not saying that peat is the beginning. It's obviously
for a lot of people it is, but yeah, it's also a destination for a lot of people too.
Yes, it's definitely one of those things where I find that sherry you can do a lot more intriguing things with, and I'm not saying that peat is absolutely boring and plain, but I find that
it's so passé.
Yeah, you can get so much more. More flavor potential out of an Oloroso or a PX or something like that, right? Yeah. Where peat,
I think it's just a little more varied, is what you get.
Yes,
there, right?
Exactly right. You can become a little bit more adventurous without, jumping too far off of Isla.
Oh, that's a good palate.
Oh yeah,
it's tastes like cashew butter. Have you had cashew butter? Like peanut butter with cashews.
Yeah. Absolutely, it's very light. It's very, very dry.
Yeah, paprika is an odd note. It's not something I see often in whiskey, but I could definitely get on the paprika train here. So I believe I revealed the region and the year, the age rather, and the cask, but then didn't reveal the rest of the information. So this is from the 10th of March 2008. An OutTurn, of course, a bigger OutTurn being an Oloroso Puncheon. This is 621 bottles.
Yeah.
Which is good. It just means there's more of it.
Yeah.
An ABV of 64.9 on this one, so a higher proof, which I assume is partially because of the bigger cask, right? The less surface area happening there, so less evaporation through the cask in a bigger cask like a Puncheon. Lovely. Let's drop a little smidgen of the water in here, and I will reveal what we're drinking. So this is 35,258, and 35.
It's a Glen something.
It's a Glen something. 3 in a row. 35 is Glen Murray. Perhaps less less unknown now than it used to be. They've become really quite popular in the UK with their official bottlings, but we don't see them here in BC. So Glenmorangie, thankfully, we see a lot of the SMWS Glenmorangies, mostly because they were owned by the same company for a brief period of time. So the SMWS got a pretty decent price, I guess, on a bunch of Glenmorangies, as you can see shortly with the price of this one. Love a good Glenmorangie. Yourself?
Oh, honestly, yes, absolutely. But of course,
Nice.
anything you serve, I love. That's...
And a sneak preview to our Compass Box tasting with Jill Boyd, that was so good. I was so starstruck by having her on the show. Yeah. She actually really likes Glenmorangie. It's one of her favorite distilleries.
Oh, perfect.
Yeah. So if you've got someone like Compass Box's own Jill Boyd as a fan, you know you're doing something right.
Excellent.
But yeah, this one has already been available for a little while. I think there's only a couple of bottles left now. You can pick one up if you're quick on the draw for $175.56 at stratliquor.com/SMWS.
Perfect.
All right, so I think we're about to... Yeah, okay. We're not having a Glen something next.
Are you... Oh, yeah. No, we're not.
No. All right, where am I going? Let's put this over here. Let's get some fresh glasses out and let's reveal whiskey number 4. And I say whiskey because it's an Armagnac.
Right.
Whiskey number 4 is not a whiskey. It is called Toasted Marshmallows, which is a great thing to do in a Canadian summer. Hopefully some of you will be going camping throughout the next couple of months.
I can't wait.
Love a good toasted marshmallow. And here are the official tasting notes from the SMWS. A molten copper breastplate. Interesting start. Shows ripe yet savoury figs. What? Plums and orange citrus fruit with overtones of warm Demerara sugar and marshmallows gently toasting on a skewer of soft, warm oak, sprinkled with the merest touch of sawdust. The mouth of this Armagnac is invitingly soft and unctuous. Pause for the pop. There we go. The marshmallows open things up, their sticky warmth being enveloped with ripe candied fruit, with some light sappiness joining the party towards the end, bringing a welcome structure to the rich, mouthy feel. Mouthfeel? I don't know why I decided to mouthy feel. That sounds awful. As the music fades, drying delicate tannins play on. It is from the Baco grape. Perfect. Love the colour of an Armagnac.
That colour is beautiful.
It is from an Armagnac cask. Would you believe it? An Armagnac barrel, rather. Yeah. And this is not a Highland, nor is it a Speyside. This is from France, because otherwise it wouldn't be allowed to be called an Armagnac.
Yeah, very
It's
true.
a protected term, ladies and gentlemen. Much like Scotch, you can only have Armagnac from the Armagnac region. This is also differs from the whiskies the SMWS produces, because in Armagnac you don't talk about how many years old it is generally. You talk about what the vintage is.
Yes.
So this is a 2001 vintage, and it was probably bottled a couple of years ago, so I would guess it's around like 19, if I was to guess, in terms of aging whiskey style. It's an ABV of 55.6. It does smell like a marshmallow.
Yeah, a little bit.
A singed marshmallow. A slightly, ever so slightly, it's like matchstick. Like the lightest touch of sulfur.
Yeah, I get the eating the marshmallow directly off of the twig you use to actually toast it. So you get a little bit of that like blackened edge. Yeah.
Oh. There's like an aromatic orangey thing there as well. Almost like one of my favourite sodas. A huge shout out to Anne, who is probably watching. You remember Anne?
Oh, yeah.
It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Hopefully we'll see you in an in-person tasting soon, Anne. Who visited Malta a couple of years ago and brought me back a bottle of my absolute favourite soft drink, Kinney. Which... You ever had Kinney?
No.
Yeah, it's one of, I believe, it's still the case. I actually just talked about this again with the Cupboards Box.
Okay.
So I'm going to be repeating myself on this in a couple of weeks. Kinney is one of the best-selling soft drinks. The best-selling soft drink in Malta, which means it has something in common with Scotland. Malta and Scotland are the only two countries in the world where a local soft drink outsells Coca-Cola.
So I've been to Malta. I have probably had it.
You've probably had Kinney. Yeah, it's like Chinotto. It's like bitter orange aromatic herbs.
Oh, okay.
You get in vending machines from glass bottles. It's great.
Yeah, I think I may have had it.
Nice.
It was like 15 years ago.
Oh, that's a long time. That's fair.
Oof.
But yeah, so Kinney and Iron Brew are the only two things that outsell Coca-Cola in their home countries.
Huh, wow.
Pretty neat. It's the colour of Iron Brew, and it smells like Kinney. It's from France.
Brew.
Yeah, the marshmallow on a stick. It's definitely there. I'm getting a little bit of tobacco on the nose as well, like pipe tobacco.
Mm-hmm. Wow, that palate is so different than what I thought it would be.
Oh, it's big. It's so big.
Whew.
Marmalade-y.
Yeah.
Oh. Wow.
That is like a sweet jam or
like a marmalade.
You know what? Yeah, it's
right.
like a marmalade. You're right.
And marshmallows and marmalades. It's the Marmar. Oh, Marmar.
Oh,
Marmar was the nickname of another former employee of ours, Mariel. She's around somewhere, hopefully.
Yep.
Well,
yeah.
One day we'll see her again.
Oh, I'm sure. She'll
I
make
believe she still lives
known.
with Dave. That is nice. I like the tannicness of it as well. It's so cool to be able to have this opportunity to try other spirits presented in the way that SMWS presents their whiskies.
Yeah.
It's something you don't really get naturally. Like, this is a distillery we actually have, I believe, right now in the store. We definitely had in the past. I did it in an alternatives tasting.
Oh, okay.
And it loses so much from being presented at 40% sometimes. Not all the time, but sometimes it really does. And being able to have that insight into seeing what a single cask strength release could be like from spirits that don't usually do that.
Yeah.
Like, it's not just that the distillery doesn't do that. Armagnac generally doesn't do that. So this is a really interesting, unique opportunity. Same with the rums and even the gins now that we had from the SMWS. Really cool. I'm really hoping at some point we get an SMWS tequila.
Oh, that would be amazing.
I've never had a cask strength tequila. How sweet would that be?
A cask strength mezcal?
Oh, yes.
Oh.
Come on, SMWS. You can do it.
I believe in you.
We believe in you. You can do this. So, the code on this one is A5.4. So A for Armagnac, 5 means it's the 5th Armagnac. And this is the 4th release from the 5th Armagnac.
Okay.
Yeah. As I mentioned, this is one that we've had before in the store. I believe we've had an SMWS release in the store from this distillery.
Yeah, we have had an A5.
Yeah. So this is Chateau Labaud. I butchered that French because I can't. Glen Labaud.
No, it's not a Glen something.
It's not Glen, it's Chateau. And Chateau Labaud apparently is the largest continuous vineyard estate in the Basse-Armagnac region. It's a full 230 acres.
Oh, okay.
23 wouldn't be very big at all. 230 acres.
Oh, that's huge. I mean,
nice. That's a lot of grapes. Okay, well, let's hit the big red button on this Armagnac. It is available right this second at strathliquor.com/SMWS for the price of $222.52. $222.52.
Yeah, that's what the...
Oh, you did the... Yeah. Nice.
It's just 5s and 2s.
Just 5s. You can do that with one hand. Yeah. Lovely. You're a very talented man, Brett.
Thank you. I could have even done the A5... What's A?
Oh, in sign language?
Yeah.
No idea. Is sign language for numbers here literally just like the fingers?
I don't know.
Oh, fair enough.
I wish I had taken the time to learn ASL.
That would be like, that is a sign of knowing how successful your videos are. If we ever get to the point where we got enough viewers that it makes sense for us to do like a little ASL window in the top corner that's sign language, that's the dream.
I wonder if we can get the guy who does the BCCDC announcements. Like,
he's great. He dances.
He's so good.
All right, so front row is done.
Front row's complete.
We have 4 brand new releases. They're all whiskies from here on out. And this one is, again, very summery themed specifically for BC here. We're on from toasted marshmallows to something that we are all very familiar with if we want to go camping here in BC, a ferry.
Yeah.
Yeah, BC Ferries, God bless them.
It used to be a Crown Corporation.
Yeah?
Yeah.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Probably should also be. I don't know. I have no particular opinion about that, to be honest. I don't know what they were like before. They're not perfect now, by any stretch of the imagination, but it's a great place to get a white spot burger.
And a ex-employee now works for them.
Oh, yes. Miranda.
So I had to bring it just...
So many ex-employees
back
mentioned
around.
in this.
Yeah.
Let's see if we can mention more.
Okay.
Gotta bring Pat up.
No, let's not. Let's not.
I think we just did.
No!
All right. So this is from the Oily and Coastal collection.
Yes.
Which is very exciting. We know we love our oily and coastals here in BC. This is cherries, fairies, and salted berries.
Perfect. Just perfect.
And the official notes. The soft fruits of apples, pears, and tangerines merged with Oloroso sherry before oily sardines joined flint rocks and wood char. Then sultanas and figs found sea salt-covered chestnuts as we ventured onto a palette of ginger and licorice. Juicy red wine notes of black cherries and jam. Joined burnt driftwood with salty notes suggesting brine. Pause for the pop. With water came salted dark chocolate, marzipan, and hazelnuts, with an obscure combination of hot cross buns and shellfish.
That is obscure.
Yeah, I've never had a lobster sandwich on a hot cross bun.
It'd be interesting, though. I'd try it.
Yeah,
I'd try
I'm
it.
down. Heavier oak now shone through the tree bark, cigar boxes, and wood tannins, but with black coffee, toasted barley, and puffs of oily smoke that lasted long into the finish. After spending 11 years in ex-bourbon hogshead, this was transferred into a first fill, Spanish oak, Pedro Jimenez hogshead for the remainder of its maturation. So we almost got an 11-year-old, but they decided to give it a little bit more time.
You said 11, and then they gave it 2 glorious years.
Spanish oak XPX.
Yeah.
That is an interesting colour.
Yeah, absolutely.
Normally with PX you get like this dark reddish colour. This is like full-on golden. This is sunshine.
Hang on. The shirt? There you go.
Nice. Yeah, if I hold it up to mine, it just becomes even more yellow, I guess.
That is glorious.
Very nice. And the nose is...
Yep.
Oh, maritimey. It's like a fishing boat got lost in the Atlantic and wound up in the Mediterranean by accident.
Oh, that's so nice.
All right, so it's a Highland. We already know it was an ex-bourbon hogshead finished in a first fill Spanish PX hogshead. It was 13 years old. It is from the 21st of March 2007. They had an outturn of 248 bottles and an ABV of 57.2.
Excellent. Excellent.
Those are the particulars. Oh, that is a particularly good nose, though, isn't it?
It's phenomenal. It's again, I'm getting a lot of that dried fruit, but it's got like a mandarin orange almost quality to it.
It's like got candied orange peel in with a trail mix with that candied orange peel.
Yeah, you get
and,
apples,
salted.
you get pears, you kind of Oh, salted for sure.
So salted, super salty.
Salt-covered chestnuts, according to the tasting notes, and honestly, spot on.
Wow, have you tried the palate yet?
Not yet.
Oh. Honestly, the PX isn't there on the nose too much, but man, is it there on the palate for me. With this really interesting, like charred, malty finish. It's like what's it called? I don't think they exist here. I think they're called sugar puffs. It's a cereal in the UK that's like puffed barley. Imagine like popcorn but barley.
Oh,
and then sweetened.
Sugar crisp.
Oh yeah, with the weird little bear thing.
Yep.
Yeah. Okay.
Yep, there you go.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Yeah. But like you know how sometimes you get the ones that are slightly more burnt?
Yes. That is, very PX on the palate, and I can see where they're pulling that cherry note from too. That is big and delicious.
Morello cherries.
Yep.
Oh. All right, cool. I was excited by the concept of this one, to be honest. I mean, It's a distillery I've only seen once in my entire time in the SMWS.
Yeah, this number is not one that I recognize, that's for sure.
A 52.
Yeah.
So this is 52.36. So yeah, I mean, for anyone who is up on their SMWSs, I actually first of all got excited because I misremembered the number, because it's very, very close in number to another distillery that we've only had a couple of times.
It's not Kalila.
It's not Kalila. That's 53, right?
Yeah, I know.
And 51, if memory serves correctly, is Bushmills.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah. And it's actually quite interesting that this one is right next to it, if I'm correct there, in the naming convention, because they have something kind of inversely similar between the two of them. So Bushmills is made at a distillery called Old Bushmills.
Yes.
And Old Pulteney is made in a distillery called Pulteney. So they've kind of flipped it there with the old or not old. Yeah, this is a Pulteney, which is formally now the furthest north mainland distillery.
Oh, yeah.
Now, of course, Wolfburn has taken that crown. I wonder if we'll see an SMWS Wolfburn, hopefully one day.
Oh, yeah.
I don't even know if they've got a code yet. We've certainly not seen one in Canada. I don't think we've seen one internationally. Maybe we have, I'm not sure.
We'll have to go to the archives to check.
Yeah.
Once we can.
I'm looking forward to going to the vaults soon. You going to come with me? You got enough air miles? Let's do it.
I'm small. I can pack in luggage.
Oh, I can totally. I've got a cello case you could go in. It'd be great.
Amazing. I can make the shape and everything. Yeah,
you put your arms up in the neck. Yeah. So, yeah, I mean, Pulteney is in a small town called Wick, which is very, very far north on the mainland of Scotland. In the 19th century, Wick was known as the herring capital of the world.
Oh.
Its small town was home to over 1,000 herring fishing boats.
That is a lot of
That's
boats.
a lot of herring.
That's a lot of boats.
Oh.
Yeah, the water certainly brings out a little bit more of that baking that they were talking about in the tasting notes. The hot cross buns.
A little. Much more there. I've not had a hot cross bun in a couple of years. It's one of those things that I feel like I need to provide if I'm having friends over around Easter, but I never just buy for myself. So the last 2 Easters, it's not really been a thing.
Yep.
Yeah, that's very good. That's very, very good.
That is excellent.
The price is all right too.
I literally just noticed that too.
Yeah. So 52.36 is available right this second. It is available right now at stratliquor.com/SMWS for the price of $191.22. $191.22. Ah, beautiful. Yeah. I'm sure there's going to be a few people pausing the video right here. Don't worry, we'll be right here when you come back. Yeah.
If you're watching it live, you can't pause. You can try, but
no, I think you can.
Yeah.
But when you come back, we won't be live anymore.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
You're missing all of this great banter. Oh, that's so nice.
Yeah. All right. Well, we've had cherries, ferries, and salted berries, and it's time now for a great way to finish a little mini meal or something. Espresso. In this case, to the power of 4.
That is a lot.
That's a lot of espresso. A dangerous amount. I don't recommend anyone ever has that much espresso in one sitting. But I'm sure the whiskey is substantially less dangerous. Or, well, dangerous in a different way, maybe.
Yeah, possibly.
This is a deep, rich, and dried fruits one as well.
Oh, yes.
An amazing colour of highly polished conkers. Oh, you know what a conker is, Brett?
No.
No. All right, so conkers is a traditional British childhood sport, which causes all manner of injuries. So a conker is what we call a horse chestnut. So you know the big round chestnuts with the spiky things that aren't really good for eating?
Yep.
Yeah, we do this thing where we drill holes through them and put a shoelace through them, tie a knot in the bottom, and then you dangle them and then try and hit the other person's conker.
Follow-up
like
question.
this.
Why?
Because you then, if your conker survives, so it's the first one to get smashed loses. So like you smash the other person's, and or if it just falls off the string, it's out. And then your conker is the winner.
Okay.
So a brand new conker is a virgin conker, and then after it's 1-1 match, it's a 1-er. And after that, it's a 2-er, or a 3-er, or a 4-er. I think the highest I ever got was like an 8-er, something like that. And I wasn't.
Kids are so inventive in the UK.
The worst thing though is it got like super awful and competitive, and like kids' parents would get involved. It's like, oh, my kids are gonna have the best conkers, so they started like polishing them, like they put nail polish on the conkers, or they'd even worse, they'd like roast them slightly to make them a little harder. Like you always, it was the worst. If you're a parent and you've ever done that, you should be ashamed of yourself. All right. Back to the regular scheduled programming. An amazing colour of highly polished conkers was followed by a herbal whack, almost slightly medicinal, like crushed aspirin. Here we go with the aspirin again.
Yes, all right.
I think the panel had a headache. But at the same time, roasted chestnuts and blackstrap rum. On the palate neat, it reminded us of two classic cocktails, Corn and Oil and Dark and Stormy. Mm-hmm. I'm very familiar with Dark and Stormy. What the hell is a Corn and Oil? Any clue?
I believe it is a traditional tequila beverage, but I can't. You know what? No,
corn would suggest bourbon, right?
It's entirely. It's you're right. I think it is bourbon, but at the same time, I'm thinking of an entirely different cocktail. So
fair enough.
Ignore me.
It's going to be hard to do, Brett, but I will try and ignore you.
Okay, good.
Corn and Oil, no idea. If you know what a corn and oil cocktail is, please let us know in the comments or in the live chat if you happen to be watching live. Anyway, whatever it is, apparently it's serious stuff. Assertive spices met dark treacle toffee and espresso to the power of 4. Pause for the pop. Nice. With the addition of water, dark sweetness of molasses appeared next to caramelized figs, as well as a prune and armagnac tart. Ooh. The taste was that of a juicy pack of sultanas stirred with cinnamon sticks and a death by chocolate cake made with Pedro Jimenez sherry.
Ooh.
Very nice. All right. Well, this is a Speyside, the first new Speyside, I believe. The only new Speyside, I believe, actually, of this OutTurn. It is aged for 12 years, so we've got an extra year on the other ones. Although we've had 11, 11, 11, 13, 12. So we're still averaging 11.
Yeah.
No, actually, wait, no. The math was terrible there. Oh, my math teacher would be horrified by that statement.
No,
we're...
low 12s.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. Anyway, aged for 12 years. The date of this distillation was the 6th of June 2007, an OutTurn of 596 bottles from a first fill Spanish oak sherry butt, an ABV of 64.5. Now, my book only says sherry. Does it say... No, the bottle doesn't say what type of sherry it is. So we're in the dark here. We don't know. It's possible that the SMWS themselves don't know what type of sherry was in this butt previously.
I mean, the tasting note, the very final tasting note does say PX sherry.
It does, and the colour would definitely suggest PX, because that is dark.
Get the shirt involved again for those of you watching the video.
I should definitely think about wearing a white shirt more often for that purpose.
Or you could just invite me more often.
Or I've got a white wall behind me. I don't need Brett. I've got a wall.
Wow. Yeah, it's not the first time I've heard that either. That's
is that in reference to you being a tennis partner or something?
Yeah, exactly right. Exactly right.
Anyway, I've got a wall now. It's great. At least it returns the ball.
Yeah, I am a terrible tennis player.
Same. Stacey, any good at tennis?
No.
No. Apparently Kristen's pretty good. It'd be good if we could get doubles partners where it was equally one person was okay and the other person's terrible. That would have been perfect.
We just need somehow Kristen plays with one arm tied behind her back or something.
Yeah, we'll try that.
Yeah. That'll
I mean, Kristen can hardly walk right now, so maybe that's a good handicap. She definitely shouldn't be playing tennis.
Yeah, maybe bed rest and it's fine. It's fine.
All right, so that is quite sherry driven. It's big, it's thick, and it's oily as well. Which is something I expect from this distillery as well. So this is a 30. There's a 30.110 for those who are familiar with the numbering system.
That is a perfect sherry whiskey.
Yeah?
That is so lovely.
Brett's a fan.
Oh my God. It is big, it is rich, it has that big fruit drive on the finish.
It does have a mad big mouthfeel. Mm-hmm. That is, that's coating my mouth like nobody's business. It's so thick that it almost clings to your mouth. It's got almost rum-like quality to it, I think.
It's close, yeah. Doesn't have that burn that rum does, though.
No. But yeah, it's nutty. It actually does mention blackstrap rum, doesn't it? But yeah, it's nutty and it's got those sort of dried fruit notes you'd expect. But it for me, it has an awful lot of tropical fruit, which they don't really mention in the tasting notes here. Mm-hmm. I'm getting much more pineapple.
Yeah.
Salted pineapple. Oh, that is something else.
It's definitely got that richness, and maybe that's where like the molasses. I think molasses comes in. They say with the addition of water, but what I was really hoping for was that, like, it definitely does have a. It feels like an espresso finish to it. Like after I like it, I swallow it, kind of leaves and gives it that nice warming sensation. But I definitely taste kind of that coffee note right at the back of your throat.
Nice.
Which is just, so perfect. All right.
Ooh, water calms it down nicely. I mean, it is interesting that it's 64.5% after 12 years. That's a hell of an ABV. I think water helps this one quite a lot, actually. Yeah. As much as I enjoyed it before, I think I actually slightly prefer it with the water. I get the cinnamon.
Absolutely. It rounds it right out. I do miss that big punch, but at the same time, like that is a versatile whiskey.
So I know I did promise a couple of months ago to try my best not to advertise non-SMWS whiskies during SMWS like events and tastings and things, but I do have to just mention it does remind me somewhat of the Glenglassaugh PX. Which may or may not be all of a sudden randomly available again. So if you were a fan of the Glenglassaugh PX, check strathliquor.com, because I know we both very much were. And I know Brett's definitely going to be buying a bottle. He's slightly worried now that I've told people about it because there might not be any left. Don't worry, we've got quite a few bottles.
Okay, good. I can place an order right now on my phone. It's fine.
You could. Right now, live on... but this is a different Glen.
Oh, but it is a Glen something.
It is a Glen something. It's not a Glassoch.
Okay, good.
Because of course Glenglassaugh is a Highland, and this is a space cider. This is 30.110, a Glen Rothes.
Yes.
Glen Rothes is known for having a very short mash and fermentation cycle, but very long still necks, which make a spirit specifically made for sherry cask maturation. They, right from the get-go, they know that they want to be using sherry casks, so they tailor the spirit specifically for it.
That's perfect.
Oh, yeah, that's a stunner. And, the funny thing is, like, we had... The Armagnac is the one exception to this, but in terms of whiskies that we presented today, we presented 5 whiskies now, I believe.
Yep.
And not a single one of them has been over $200. This is $199.91. So we're getting close, but still,
we're
under
getting
$200 for a goddamn good whiskey.
Yeah, that's very nice.
$199.91 available right this second at strathliquor.com/SMWS. Very good.
That's phenomenal. Although, what else is phenomenal is I just caught the name of the next whiskey.
I know, right? We are definitely taking a swerve away from the sherry and towards peatland right now. And for those who aren't familiar with Brett necessarily, and this is something that hasn't come up much in the video tastings, but is a big thing in the live tastings where Brett often does the trivia for the years. He's a bit of a film nerd. So he's very excited for this one because it's a pun on a film name.
Oh, it's so perfect too.
Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for a trip to Campbellton with a funky Campbellton, known only as the Apocalypse Cow. Another serving of Madness salad.
Perfect.
Madness. From this remarkable Campbellton distillery. Pine air freshener, bicycle inner tube, and umami paste, black olives in brine, muddy seawater, boiled clams, salty pasta water, spicy salami, sooty grist, preserved lemons, old-style herbal peat, rooty and fantastically earthy, some kind of salty petrichor, extremely excellent stuff. Reduction brings freshly smoked mackerel, crushed seashells, fermenting hay, heather brooms, squid ink, paraffin, boiler smoke, liniment, ammonia, smoked chipotle chilies, and English mustard powder dusted over burlap. Poured with a pop.
Ooh.
That was a slightly soft pop.
That was a light pop.
It was a light pop. It's playing hard to get. The mouth is fantastically oily and textured. Lots of syrupy medicines, dry phenolics, some bone-dry, flinty old Riesling, natural tar extract, salty Dutch licorice, and bountiful esters. We're close to some high ester Jamaican rum in some aspects. Water brings lighter fluid, raw mezcal. It's close to an SMWS mezcal, perfect. Floor cleaners, roofing pitch, grease, lychee syrup, and green olives. Glorious insanity.
Amazing.
Apocalypse Cow.
All this whiskey needs is a glorious soundtrack, and we're all in.
You know, if it, on the off chance that the soundtrack to Apocalypse Now is copyright free, which I highly doubt it is not, I will dub it over. And if it's not dubbed over, it's not free of copyright.
Yeah, that's...
Yeah, pretty cool.
Oh, yes.
I like the idea of the Apocalypse Cow. Instead of the horseman, it's just like 4 cows turn up.
Oh,
That's
okay.
the sign of the apocalypse. Four random cows start walking towards you.
I'd be a little nervous.
Oh,
That's got some funk to it, and I love it.
was it? I think it was this distillery that used to have official bottlings that were brightly coloured and had weird, like, polka dot cows on them. I think it was.
Oh,
Yeah, if memory serves, that was what their bottles used to look like.
interesting.
Which might be part of the thing there.
The nudge, the wink.
Yeah, the fermenting hay though is what definitely reminds me of a cow, and it definitely has fermenting hay on the nose.
So one tasting note in there that I knew I would pick out immediately was the black olives on brine. And it's definitely here. And I only say I'd pick it out immediately because I hate black olives.
Really?
I hate black
Oh, I'm
olives.
so sorry. I'll drink your whiskey if you like. That's not going to happen, is it?
No.
You know, weirdly, I don't think it was mentioned on this whiskey. I think it was maybe the last one. The thing that I'm getting really strongly on the nose right now is salami.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, no, spicy salami. It was this one.
Oh, good.
There we go.
Perfect. Excellent.
With salty pasta water.
Like, I am getting other tasting notes beyond the olive, but it's just...
All right, well, into the particulars. As mentioned, this is a Campbellton. A madness salad from Campbellton. The cask type on this one is a first fill ex-bourbon barrel. It was aged for 8 years, distilled on the 31st of March 2011. A lot of March bottles today. An OutTurn of 223 with an ABV of 59.
Okay.
And this is under the lightly peated banner.
Yes.
Ooh, banner. I've always been struggling as to what to actually call, like, I've been saying, like, flavor profile or collection. Banner, because now with the new bottle design, it's literally a banner.
Yeah, that's true.
It's an actual banner. And the colour of the banner denotes what banner it is under. This is from the lightly peated banner. I like that terminology.
Yeah, I was, when discussing people, I was refer to the cap.
Oh, yeah, of course.
You know.
Which, and I know Rob and Kelly have already heard this suggestion. If anyone randomly from SMWS in UK hears this,
No, I'm sure they're going to watch.
maybe.
You got to be big fans.
I would absolutely love for the actual cap itself, this bit, to match the colour. It can't be that expensive, surely.
I mean, you're going to be buying hundreds of thousands of that cap color.
Right? But, like, it can't be that much more expensive to, instead of buying, like, 200,000 of one colour, to buy 30,000 of 8 different colours.
Yeah.
Right? It can't be that much different. I would love that because I get rid of the caps and scarves, as you know.
You maniac.
I
Yeah,
know. Lawrence Graham would shoot me if he heard that. He probably just heard that and is getting his gun ready. No, I'm not actually suggesting Lawrence is going to kill me. That's an awful thing to say.
No.
But Lawrence is very much a keeper of the caps, as well as a keeper of the Quake.
Yes.
He's a keeper of the cap and a keeper of the Quake. I chuck him. I can't be doing with it. It's cluttering up my shelf. I like naked necks. Ugh.
All right, I'm going to go to the palate. I've been...
Yeah, there's a lot of madness going on there. Oh, I get the mezcal funkiness, definitely.
Yeah. Very earthy. Very earthy.
Yeah, crazy. Yeah, it's like someone took what's that that medicine that I think it begins with like a B or something. The syrupy medicine.
Benadryl?
Maybe. Can you get Benadryl? No, that's a pill the one usually.
I mean, you can get liquid form, yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever that medicine is, I've got in the back of my head. Buckley's.
There you go. Tastes
Buckley's.
awful.
Yeah.
But this
it's like setting fire to Buckley's and then dousing it with soil.
Huh. Yeah?
I like that. So many things that I've mentioned or the SMWS has mentioned that Brett absolutely hates. But do you actually like the whiskey
Oh, it's
when it
phenomenal.
all comes together?
It's very good. Again, even black olives, I will eat them and enjoy them paired with the right thing. But
fair enough.
It's that
In the right salad, in the right madness salad.
exactly.
It's like a chopped Greek salad. Paraffin. I don't advise paraffin in a salad. Or ammonia, for that matter.
The smoked chilies is a big. Definitely getting that.
I'm actually weirdly getting the roofing pitch as well.
Interesting. I haven't tried roofing pitch.
No, it's it's an acquired taste.
Yeah. Okay.
No, it's I can't. Where was I? There was I was staying in I was renting a place that was getting re-roofed on a really ridiculously hot day. Oh, it was Melbourne.
Oh, okay.
Like when I say hot, I'm like 43 degrees.
Yeah.
And they decided
Just
to do the roof
ridiculous.
that day. It was actually next door's roof, not our own. So our balcony was like right next to it. Oh my god.
The guys out there with blow torches.
Yeah, it was mad. So I don't know if they were using pitch, but whatever they were using definitely smells a bit like this. Which, is great in a whiskey, is not so great for like 48 hours while you're trying to sleep. It made us close our windows on a 43-degree day. Yeah. That's the absolute madness of where we were staying in Melbourne. It had heating, but no air conditioning.
Why?
I never once saw it go below 5 degrees at night. We did not need heating. Like, we could get away with a thick blanket. Like, whoever designed that apartment and decided not to put air conditioning in, but to put central heating in, was an absolute nutter.
Yikes.
The kind of nutter that would probably make a whiskey like this.
You know what? Adding the water does reduce a bit of that black olive, but it does bring out that lychee note that they were discussing. And
nice.
Lychee, big fan. Big fan.
Well, let's talk about what Mad Campbellton this distillery can be from. And you probably already guessed by now if you're familiar with the SMWS Canada.
No, there's so many choices.
There's so many choices. Oh god, like three.
Well, I mean, it couldn't be a Glen something.
It could well be.
Oh
it could be another Glen something. The final Glen something of the day, actually. Glen Springback now. No, this is of course a Glen Scotia, which I have to say is honestly my favourite of the Campbellton distilleries. It's just so nuts.
Yeah.
And I have such an appreciation for them, both for their single cask and for their single malts, because when they release their single malts, they create such mad harmony out of the chaos. And when you get glimpses of the chaos that this distillery creates from their single casks, things like this, they work with distillates like this and can manage to create like a harmonious, semi-consistent single malt.
It is, yeah.
It's amazing that they managed to do that, but yeah, so all over the place. I often refer to blending in whiskies as like artwork, right? So like sometimes when you've got one distillery, it's like trying to paint a picture with only blue. And that's one of the reasons I quite like blends. I mean, that's not actually the case, and this is the perfect example of that. This distillery not only uses every colour available to them, but will add colours you've never heard of before. It's like some kind of 4-dimensional like pointillism. I don't know what's going on here.
It's a masterpiece.
It's a master something. It's
from the master blender.
Yes. Well, not even. This isn't even a blend. It's a single cask.
But
it's masterful. So yeah, this is a Glen Scotia. One interesting thing to note about Glen Scotia is that it was actually purchased in 1954 by a Canadian company, Hiram Walker.
Yeah, Oh, nice little family-owned company.
Yeah.
It's probably done. They're only claim to fame.
They're not really Canadian though. They're Ontarians.
Yeah, it's not even close. I shouldn't. No, we're not allowed to make fun of Ontario today.
No, why not?
There was a hockey thing that happened last night.
Oh.
Yeah.
Did they lose?
They lost.
Don't they always lose?
Yeah.
Was it Toronto?
Yeah.
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 Are the Senators any better?
No.
I don't know much about hockey.
No.
So Ontario just sucks in general?
I mean... yeah. Yeah.
Because there's only those two teams, right, in Ontario?
Yes. Yeah. There might be a third at some point in the future, maybe, possibly.
The only sport I've ever followed from that has an Ontario presence was the Ontario Australian Rules Football League.
Oh, yes.
I followed the Toronto Downtown Dingoes.
Oh, they're my team.
Yeah, I also quite like the Guelph Gargoyles.
I mean, you told me about the Dingoes first, so they're my
That's
team.
fair, that's true, they're your
right?
team. That's how it works, even for the Ontario AFL.
Exactly.
And just like Australian Rules Football, this is a mad whiskey. Yeah, and it is available right now for $173.83.
No, you said there was going to be something over $200.
Oh, there is.
Oh, okay, good.
But we're not quite there yet.
Oh.
$173.83 for this one. And number 8 today is one that I am so excited for. This is only the second time we've had something quite like this in the SMWS, as far as I've been around. And this brings a smile to my face. Actually, for those of you who tuned into our Figiel Bowmore tasting that happened 2 days ago on Wednesday, I talked a little bit about how I should be making an extra special effort to dress up for the occasion for these tastings, and I definitely just didn't take my own advice and wore a t-shirt.
I've got a collar.
Yeah, you've done way better than I have.
Thank you.
But maybe next time we should take a vintage dinner suit.
Oh.
An air of sophistication rolled in as the butler, clad in a vintage dinner suit, presented us with a silver tray on which were neatly arranged cucumber sandwiches on white bread and venison carpaccio, garnished with rosemary and thyme.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh. Wonderfully fragrant champagne and gin cocktails arrived with a plume of lavender that remained fresh with elements of mint as floral smoke wafted past. Pause for the pop. That's a very Moorish pop.
Excellent.
Water was added from a crystal decanter to release notes of lime chocolate and walnuts. A sense of age brought us to an old wardrobe that once housed an engine driver's overalls, still reminiscent of mothballs and damp smoke. Finally, an elegant platter was served of pickled herring. We're after the herring again.
Yeah.
Porcini mushrooms and roast beef, followed by crackers, apricot pickle, and virgin olive oil. That all sounds so good.
That sounds amazing.
That sounds so amazing. This is from the Peated Penner. It is a Highland single malt from a refill ex-bourbon hogshead. And as I've said many times, there's a time and a place for a refill. And where refill casks really shine with is aged whiskies. And this is one of those. This is a 22-year-old. And that is particularly special. And I will explain why in a second. It is distilled on the 23rd of October 1997, an OutTurn of 259 bottles with an ABV of 56.1. This, Brett, is a 66. You know I'm excited.
Yeah.
It's a 66.174. 66, a distillery I am very familiar with. I have at least 7 bottles of SMWS 66 at home.
Yeah, but they weren't distilled on this date, though.
No. There's only been one that has been this kind of age that we've had. It might be a sister cask. I should check, actually. I'll find out when I go home.
Just mention it in the live chat.
Yeah, I'll put it up in the live chat if this is a sister cask to the last old Ardmore that we had. But I remember the last time we had an Ardmore of this kind of age was in person. And I remember it specifically because we actually had a pretty interesting special guest at that tasting, a brand new SMWS member at the time, who happens to be a distiller for a local distillery.
Right.
And for those of you thinking Leon's been an SMWS member for a very, very long time, I'm not talking Leon. I'm not talking Shelter Point. I'm talking Divine. Kev over at Divine became an SMWS member by buying the last 66 that we had of this age for a very specific reason. He was very intrigued by one lovely piece of trivia. I mentioned that 1997 was a very interesting year for this one because this was one of the very last distilleries that used coal to fire their stills. Right. And they stopped that in 2001, meaning this whiskey was coal-fired.
That's very cool.
Right? Ugh. I can smell the coal. No.
Yep. No.
What coal firing, of course, does to a whiskey, it's a natural, more organic fuel source than like a direct natural gas heating or something. And that creates hot spots in the still, which creates more turbulence in the spirit, which will affect the flavour quite substantially. And whereas this distillery does try and recreate that turbulence with their new heating system, it never quite matches the effect of coal. I don't think there's any coal-fired stills in Scotland now. I know that these were one of the last of the traditional distilleries to use it. I have a feeling I might have in the back of my head heard that one of the tiny new distilleries like Eden Mill or something has started using coal. That I might be mistaken. I had a feeling it was outlawed. But I do know for absolute certain that one distillery that still does is Yoichi in Japan.
Yes. Yeah.
Mm.
Oh, that's...
That is a nice, delicate peated nose. It's interesting that it's so old. It's 22 years, but it still retains a decent amount of peat on the nose.
I still get that nice bit of peat head.
This must have been particularly heavily peated back in the day, before it got aged for 22 years. Yeah, there is a nice little slight sort of botanical gin note to it. Rosemary and thyme. Yeah, it actually, when I say gin note, it's a specific gin that it reminds me of on the nose. Do you remember that Mediterranean gin we had from Italy?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. It tasted like a pizza. Smells like pizza gin. Mm.
That palate is mad.
Yep.
Mad good.
Oh, I'm going in.
Oh.
Ooh. Can I have a top up?
I mean, you're the boss. No.
Am I? Sweet.
You're doing most of the talking.
Walnuts, totally. And actually, it's the smell you get. And this is a trick that I learnt in England when I was a kid, because, you know, as much as I tried to come off as one of those, you know, goody kids that never really got in too much trouble, the truth is I was just very good at hiding it.
Yeah.
And the amount of times I was, you know, messing around and accidentally scratched a nice table or a wardrobe even. Maybe a wardrobe that used to have an engine driver's overalls. More likely a priest's robe, seeing as that I was a vicar.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did it on occasion, especially at the church. Maybe put a little bit of a gash in some old furniture, rubbing it with a walnut.
Oh, just
straight up get a walnut and rub it. It will cover up and make it dark again.
wow.
Yeah. The walnut color is a perfect match for like old wood.
Makes sense.
Yeah, it smells to me and tastes to me like rubbing a walnut on some old wooden furniture. Also, when I was reading this, because I never read these in ahead of time, so you get my full reaction as I read them. I definitely almost said finally an eggplant platter instead of an elegant platter. But that did make me think it does have a slight roasted eggplant, like a baba ganoush thing.
Yes.
And actually, funnily enough, church, going back to the whole, you know, old furniture in a church thing, is where I sort of learned to
Appreciate whiskey.
No, read things straight from a page, because I used to have to go up and read the Bible in front of a bunch of people. That's probably how I became comfortable speaking to a crowd, actually.
Yeah, okay.
No offense to the Bible, this is far more interesting.
Fair.
Actually, truth be told, the Bible's a hilarious story. There's a lot of interesting things that happen in the Bible.
I'm trying to... There's a note that I'm trying to pinpoint. And it's not... It's almost like a pastry, but...
Okay. I just got... as soon as you said pastry, I got it and I lost it. That's Turkish pastry with the rose water and the crushed pistachios. Yeah, that stuff. Baklava.
Ah, yes. Is that what?
You had baklava?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Okay. They make a great one at the Fig Mediterranean Deli near you.
Yeah. Yeah. I live like a block away from there.
Yeah, I'm jealous of that every
Yeah,
day.
in fact, I had that. I had a baklava last week.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, it was
from Fig?
Yes.
Oh, you bastard.
It was lovely. Delicious.
The one thing I'm looking forward to about when like Kristen has to go back to the office. She's been working from home for a good year and a half now. When she goes back to the office, you know, Fig's on the way home. Sometimes she used to bring me back a donair or something.
Perfect.
There is a certain Mediterranean feel to this. I could almost get that as a roasted lamb donair meat as well. Yeah, I think roast beef. I think it's lamb.
Yeah. Or that gyros kind of stuff.
If the last one was Apocalypse Cow, this one's an Apocalypse Sheep. I don't know.
Yeah.
Doesn't quite have the same ring.
Oh, this is lovely.
All right, let's put a touch of water in it before I get too carried away.
Right. Yeah. Good point.
Now, the bad news on this one.
It's the last bottle of the OutTurn.
It's the last bottle of the OutTurn, which means this is coming to an end.
That's okay. That's okay. There's plenty of time for future OutTurns.
It's also, this is a strictly limited one as well. We only managed to get one case of this.
Right. Yes.
So there's only 5 bottles available. But yeah, what is a 66? Well, if you're not already familiar with my love for the 66 and my love for this distillery, it is a little distillery called Glen Ardmore. No, not Glen,
it's
just Ardmore.
It's Ardmore.
This is an Ardmore, a great distillery that's it has so much beautiful wood smoke in its spirit that just shines through beautifully. It was started in 1898 by both of our namesake, actually, in a sense. Adam Teacher.
Oh, yes.
Your middle name, right?
Yep.
Adam Teacher. It was started specifically by Adam for his Teacher's Blend. It's almost a little buttery now.
I think it's that olive oil.
Yeah.
That's
almost more bacon fat, actually.
yeah.
We made a salad dressing with bacon fat instead of olive oil. Oh.
That sounds like a very healthy salad.
Oh, it's not. Yeah, you like a caprese, with the sliced tomatoes and the and the basil and the cheese. Yeah, do that with like a bacon fat dressing. It's like a BLT salad.
Oh, amazing.
Oh, well, that was just a monstrously good way to finish an OutTurn.
That was a great way to come back to it.
Right, welcome back, Brett.
Thank you.
This is available right now at stratliquor.com SMWS for $289.48. Sub 300 for a 22-year-old single cask Ardmore. Yeah. I'm hopeful that you guys at home who pick up a bottle enjoy it as much as I am enjoying this sample. Yeah, that is pretty glorious.
It's phenomenal. Yes.
All right. Well, you'll be seeing more of me very, very soon on Drinking Out Loud, and hopefully you'll be seeing me and Brett in person soon at a brew turn. Hopefully we get to do that. Yeah, it's gonna be a slice. Until then, stay safe, stay well, and stay suitably lubricated and hydrated.
Yes, it was a pleasure being back. Thank you, Whiskey Folk. Thank you, Adam.
Thank you, Brett. And good night.
Good night.
Oh, me name is Jock Stewart. I'm a canny young man, and a roving young fellow I be. So be easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't meet every day. Take me my gun and my jug-tail on it, and along the green bank sow the tea. For be easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't meet every day. There's a land, but even not command, and I've always a sinning to speak. So be easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't meet every day. So fill up your glass with a brandy and wine, and whatever the cost I will pay. Have easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't meet every day. My name is George Stewart. I'm a tiny young man, and a roving young fellow of thee. So be easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't meet every day. I'll be easy and free when you're drinking with me. I'm a man you don't